What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel, and I am with my boy Lenzell from 94 Feet of UNC, bro. Welcome to With 94 Feet of UNC and the Tar Heel Huddle collide. What's going on, Zell? How you doing, brother?
Listen, man, I'm good. Listen, I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be here, man. It is a privilege. It is an honor to be here with you. This has been a long time in the making. You
100%.
already know you my brother for sure. Like, you know, I've had you, of course, on several episodes over on 94 Feet. And listen, man, like we here to recap some, basketball season is here. And I always love your intro, bro. When I always say, like, bro, you got to do it. You got to do it.
Flex on a big dog.
I didn't even have to tell you this time, like, at all. But I never have to tell you, really. Like, you just know how to do it, man. So
yeah.
learning from a legend, man. But I'm happy to be here. How you been?
I mean, I'm excited about what I saw from the basketball team. As you know, bro, I'm pretty upset with what happened with the football team a little bit earlier, man. I had to go off on the reaction video, but I'm hanging in there, big dog. I'm trying to get to some more positive things real quick, man. We're gonna talk some Carolina basketball. I think the future is just a little bit brighter right now, right here, man. So we're gonna keep it positive and everything, man. We're gonna keep it positive, hopefully. So
absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So go ahead, introduce yourself, man. Let everybody know where they can find you, Lenzell.
So again, you can hit me up on my socials on Twitter, on X, on Instagram at 94 Feet of UNC. You can subscribe to my channel over on YouTube at 94 Feet of UNC. Got some really super dope episodes that I've had. Had the privilege of speaking with a lot of UNC legends. And again, just being happy to be in this content space. Being able to share this with you guys that I've watched for so long. But yeah, man, if you want to tap in with me, man, and lock in with me, man, I appreciate the love and support from everybody. Love is love, always, or whatever. But yeah, just hit me up on, it's 94 Feet of UNC across the board. So yeah, if you want to tap in with me, Instagram, X, and YouTube. So, make sure y'all get over there, show some love, man, for sure. Appreciate Russ for the opportunity, for sure, man.
100%, man. Y'all get over there and you guys show Lenzell some love. Like, real talk, man. He's got some really good stuff, man. He's got it's Mr. Connect right here, man. He's talking to former players and my guy is he's in there, man. He's in there. Y'all know that I'm like way over here, out here. Lenzell is in there. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta stay in touch with my guy, man. You gotta definitely stay in touch with my guy, man. So yeah, bro, it is a privilege to have you on here, brother. It's a long time coming. Definitely should have had this happen like last year. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Without further ado, bro, let's kind of get down to the nitty-gritty, man. Carolina and BYU. Carolina goes out there to Salt Lake City. That's BYU's second game of the season, second exhibition game, if you will. AJ is obviously a stud. And, Carolina goes out there and, just your initial thoughts on what you observed during that basketball game. as opposed to what were your expectations going into it? What'd you think, man? What'd you get out of that one?
I'm gonna be honest with you, because I mean I've had I might do some name drops in this throughout this episode, bro, because I
Yeah.
mean it is what it is. But I had a talk with David Noel today, of course, and Rayshon Terry, and we kind of discussed it a little bit.
Right.
I absolutely love everything that happened throughout
Mhm.
this game. Even the downs, like, because like I told them, the downs are easy fixes.
Right.
The turnovers is an easy fix. The
Right.
rebounding is an easy fix. I think that, as they get more as they gel more together, then this team is just going to be extremely dangerous. We did this without Luka Bogovic. To go out west, 3,000 plus feet in above sea level, out
Right.
in Utah, first game against an actual team or an opponent, and to go out there, and as much as the media has been talking about us as far as them saying, we're trash, we're overrated,
Mhm.
we shouldn't be in the top 25,
Right.
things like that,
Right.
and to go out there to just lose by 2 points against a top 10 caliber team that they've been praising all summer and everything, and,
Right.
and they should. I absolutely loved every bit of this bit of what happened. And we got a few fixes, but easy fixes to definitely take care of. It's gonna be an exciting season, man, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I really do. It was kind of like a breath of fresh air. One of the things that I off the jump noticed is that you know, it wasn't a lot of hero ball, man. Like the ball movement was like it was good. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously there was some turnover issues and everything like that. First game of the season, I'm showing right here. Carolina had 19 turnovers. Obviously, that is something you 100% got to stink and clean up. But going out there against a top 10 team, basically in their stinking house, and they got talents like Wright the third and AJ on that team, and you know I'm just off the jump, man. I'm like, man, these guys are moving the ball around, bro. Like they're moving
Right.
the ball around. It's not selfish basketball. They're looking for open guys, and I really enjoyed that because obviously remember from last year, man, it was kind of like a lot of isolation ball, 4 out, 1 in, a lot of times 5 out. Hey, give it to the dude at the top, bro. Let him go one on one. And it wasn't a whole bunch of like really moving the ball around. And it was frustrating for us at times, right? It was just like, hey, just give RJ the ball and let him go to work.
Yeah.
And I feel like we were really actually running an offense. We were running offensive sets in this one when we couldn't get out in the primary and secondary break.
Yeah.
And it was a breath of fresh air. They looked like a basketball team.
For
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
They look like a basketball team. And so, just off the jump, man, I was like, yeah, yeah. When these guys gel, because like you said, man, it's the first game against a team with a different color jersey on. They've played each other, but you really don't know how you're gonna gel until you play that other team, man. And
Right.
there's some things that some kinks and stuff that they got to work out. But all in all, man, I feel good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I feel good
Yeah.
about like where we're starting from, I'm like where we're starting from. I feel pretty daggum good about if we clean some things up, man. Like you said, we could be a really good basketball team, especially if
Listen.
we get Luca.
Oh, for sure. Listen,
Yeah,
I'll tell you this, because I watched quite a bit of basketball yesterday, quite a bit. Louisville didn't look that good to me. And again, it's
right,
first game, it's
right,
early, things like that. They didn't look that good to me against Kansas. Purdue
right.
definitely did not look like the number one team in the country yesterday when they played Kentucky.
Yeah,
And again, I mean, it's early and everything, but nobody can sit up and say that Carolina looks like a bad team, like they're not going to be good. Anybody that sits up and just says Carolina sucks, Carolina is not good, they're overrated, whatever the case may be, you don't know basketball. We are not the same. Stop talking
yeah,
to me.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. You're hating, bro. You're hating.
yeah, you just hating now.
Credibility out the window.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and I'll say this, Russ. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in a Duke Discord, right? I'm the only Carolina fan in the Duke Discord. And
I
shout
like
out
it.
to my guy Pablo. You know
Yeah,
Pablo.
yeah, yeah. I know Pablo.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So And before the game started, Carolina's trash, blah blah this, blah blah that. By the end of the game, it was crickets. I
Yeah.
didn't hear not one thing. Now, could we have gotten the W? Sure. But
Mhm.
I don't think nobody expected Carolina to come out and play the way that they did. And we didn't play our best. And
Right.
to lose by 2 points, I'm like you. I saw so much positive things, and you
Yeah.
cannot be nothing but excited for this season and what's in store, man, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
That's just it. So, and when Luca gets here, it's gonna be even better. It's gonna be
Yeah.
even better.
I agree, bro. I can't even remember what it was on, man. Somebody, it just shows you some people had no idea what they're talking about. But some guy was like, all these Carolina people talking about how Luca was going to change this game, because he was going to knock down a couple of threes. Because they were talking about, we shot 21%, I think, from three, if I'm not mistaken. 4 of 19 is what I'm looking right here. So obviously not good. Um, I'm sure that Luca probably doesn't go, 21% from three. And to lose by 2 and to try to insinuate that Luka doesn't somehow maybe possibly get you over that hump is just ridiculous, man. Come on, bro.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
but when that's a missing piece, you arguably you go out there without your best shooter and you lose by 2 in your first exhibition game, bro. So, you know, I thought, there was some rebounding issues, man. I'd like to see better box outs. I saw a couple of times, some of the bigs watching the ball off the rim as opposed to finding the body, things like that, man. You know, things that, like you said, you can clean up with repetitions, when in practicing things, and they'll look at game film and they'll clean some of that stuff up. But I like the way, Wright is a hooper. The point
Yeah.
guard number one, he's a hooper, bro. Hard to stay in front of, but I still like the way that they kind of like were defending. Um, they were kind of they were playing solid defense, in my personal opinion, especially for the first game against that kind of team. So,
Yeah.
like I said, man, I'm excited about where, if this is our starting point, I feel good, bro.
For sure. For
Mm.
sure. I mean, again, you're talking about Luca, who is nothing but a pure shooter. Um,
Right.
and I mean, just by having him on the floor is a threat, just because of the fact that he is such a pure shooter, that it does nothing but open up the lanes a lot more for Caleb, for Vazar. I mean, 2 or 3 steps of Vazar is at the basket just because of the fact of his height, his
Right.
size. I mean, those long steps that he makes to get to the basket, I absolutely loved that, because you didn't see that. And I went to a couple of the scrimmage games, the blue and white scrimmage games,
Right.
and he didn't play like that in those scrimmage games, and
Mhm.
to see him doing that in an actual game, uh, I'm even
Right.
more impressed or whatever. So I mean, Caleb is going to be Caleb. He's going to do
Yeah.
his thing. I mean, he should. He's elite. But again, when we got some easy fixes, bro.
Right.
Easy fixes, and we got plenty of time to fix those, just because of the fact we don't really have a gauntlet schedule like we did
Yeah.
last year. And when you're playing games and teams like Navy and Radford and UC Riversides and teams like that, that does nothing but make you all better and gelling
Mhm.
more as a team, because it's like you're playing competition and it's counting, but you're also getting better. That way,
Right.
when the season come around, when conference play come around, I think Carolina's going to run through the ACC.
Yeah.
That's just my
Yeah.
opinion, though. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of opportunities. Obviously, they play Kansas, Michigan State. You know, uh, if maybe a tough game against Ohio State, got to go to Rupp Arena and play Kentucky. But like you said, there's going to be a ton of opportunities for them to work on things against some of these smaller, like Central Arkansas in the first game. Like you said, UC Riverside, those type of teams. So, that's one of the good things about the schedule is a lot of people are kind of like, the schedule is underwhelming. Well, I mean, last year we played 4 out of the top 5 teams in the first 10 games of the season, bro, and it seemed to kind of have an adverse effect down the road. You know,
mhm,
just playing that kind of competition, and And so yeah, they'll have a ton of time to get things kind of worked out, gel together as a team. They do
Yeah.
have that early test against Kansas and everything, which we can talk about that here in a second. But speaking of Caleb Wilson, so you've gone to the blue white scrimmage. I watched it online. Obviously, I'm a little bit farther away than you are.
Right.
But that was my first opportunity to see him outside of just what I can watch on YouTube and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I feel like when I watch Caleb hooping, it's been a while, bro, since we had somebody on the hardwood that's kind of got that, you know, he looks
That
like a
grit.
dog. Bro,
Yeah.
he
That
looks like he looks like a dog, man, and I
yeah.
love it. You know what I'm saying? I love it, man. And for him to come out there with AJ on the other side of the floor and game 1 have a double-double, 22 and 10, that's big time, bro.
Yeah.
That's big time. That is absolutely big time. And he looks the part. At 18 years old, man, he looks the part, dude. So you know, where do you think Caleb can go from here, man? Because I mean, 22 and 10 against BYU is special.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's an exhibition.
Right.
you know, that's
Right.
special, man. That's special. So, what do you think? What do you think Caleb can do for this team? How does he set this team up for success, moving ahead?
So I think Caleb, of course, Caleb's going to be a major contribution to this team. Just because of the fact I think he fits perfect of the style that HD likes to do, and
Mhm.
that's run, right?
Right.
So, but at the same time, again, it goes back to what I was just saying not too long ago. When you got guys like Luca, you got guys like, depending on who he's on the court with. Just take for instance in regards to the shooters, right? You got JP, Jonathan Powell, you got Cayenne, you got Seth, and you got Dixon, right? So
Right.
all of those guys are like knockdown shooters. Maybe, not so much Trimble, but I mean, again, that's just yet to be seen.
Right.
And I do think that he's going to get a little bit better. But it's kind of like what he said in his post game interview yesterday that I forgot who it was that was asking him in regards to like what is Luca gonna help you guys do, and what is he gonna bring to the table to contribute to the team? And he said, well, he's gonna open up the paint a lot more for me.
Mhm.
And again, not so much just him, but for any of the bigs. I,
Right.
I mean, Jaren Stevenson played amazing yesterday, and
Mhm.
I'll get into Jaren Stevenson a little bit here in a little bit, but when like again with Caleb, I mean, I would love to see a lot more posting up, more so than, and I mean, he has the range to shoot.
Right.
But I think, there was a couple of plays where he had a smaller guard on him or something like that, and he could have posted him up and just kind of took him with his back to the basket, could have took it straight to the basket on them.
Right.
I would like to see a little bit more of that from him.
Mhm.
Um, but other than that, I mean, 22 points, 10 boards. I mean, it just don't get no better than 3 blocks. It don't get no better than that.
3 blocks.
Now, the bad part to that is if Caleb is averaging 20 something points a game, and I'm not saying that he can't and that he shouldn't, but if he
Mhm.
is, then that means there's a problem somewhere. There's a
Right.
defect somewhere because we have so many other weapons on this team,
Right.
to
Right.
where he should not be scoring that much like that on the
Right.
average. Not saying that he's not going to get it in certain games, but on the average, then to me that might be a little bit, I'd raise some eyebrows a little bit because that means the rest of the team is not stepping up like they should and like we were expecting them to.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think you make a really good point, man. I had a Dookie, I can't remember what video he commented on, but the comment, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said basically, whoever said that Carolina's not gonna be good, is wrong. And then he put
right.
period, and then he finished it with one word. This is a Duke fan. He said deep. You know, um, they might be able to rotate. They might literally be able to rotate 10, 11 guys in, man, and not
I,
lose a ton of production. You know what I'm saying? Now it'll be interesting to see because we know, you know, coach has he has a tendency to kind of, sometimes go to that Iron Five kind of approach where he just sticks with, a certain group, or maybe he'll go to a sixth or seventh man. But I really feel like he's got some bodies that he can put out there and he can keep everybody fresh. So, like you said, man, if Caleb is averaging 22, if he's averaging 22, 20s, yeah, that might be a cause for concern because he shouldn't be having to stink and score like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So because there are other options on the team. And I think, to a certain extent that was exhibited against against
Yeah.
BYU, man. So, and I was really excited to see him out there as an 18-year-old freshman, man, playing as hard as he was, playing as well as he was, playing with that chip on his shoulder, man.
Hmm.
And just kind of being the dog, bro, being that guy, being that
Yeah.
guy that we're gonna need him to be, down the stretch, man. So that was good to see, man.
I will tell you this though, Russ, real quick. I think that HD, I don't think he has no choice but he can't go Iron 5.
Right,
He can't. Like he's forced to have to not have to go Iron 5 this
right,
year. He's
right.
forced to. Like it's too much at stake right now. Like a lot of people
True.
talking about how the seat is warm,
Yeah,
all of that type of stuff or whatever. You got all of
yeah.
these weapons on the team, and you're just gonna try and narrow it down to 5, 6 guys, 7 guys in a
Right.
rotation. That's not gonna cut it. Like
Yeah.
he's forced to have to stretch it out to 8, 9, 10
Yeah.
guys for
Yeah. It's a
sure.
good point, man.
So
I mean, what
yeah,
is it? It's a $14 million roster. I've heard
right,
that brought up a bunch. So,
right.
like you said, gotta produce, man. We gotta have some production. And so that'll be interesting to see um,
Yeah.
how he manages the bench. Uh so we'll see, man. Yeah, Caleb balled last night, man. I tell you who else balled. I tell you who else balled, man. And forget about the game and the shot. I thought Seth had a really good game, man. Um,
Yeah.
17 points, bro, and just to see him, the dunk, man. Oh my goodness, bro, the dunk.
Yeah.
He came he came from somewhere in the ceiling, bro. Like, goodness gracious. And that was one of them ones. Hey, that was one of them ones where he could have thrown it up to Seth or he could have thrown it up to Caleb.
Yeah.
Either one, bro. Whoever was back there on that 301 break, man, I feel sorry for you. Just go ahead and get out of bounds, bro, and get ready to take the ball out because you ain't
Yeah.
you ain't rising to that level, my friend. So that was good to see too, man. Just them kind of being on the same page, being able to throw the oop, being able to stink and finish it, man. And I'm hoping to see at least one or two of those a game, man. So I just had to shout out. I had to shout out Seth real quick, man. I had to shout
Yeah.
out Seth real quick. He went 6 for 12 from the field. Didn't shoot the three ball very well. Obviously, he was 0 for 3, 5 or 7. Missed the game, the game time bucket at the buzzer and everything. We'll talk about that in a second. But I had to shout Seth out real quick. So let me ask you this real quick.
Okay.
Based off of what you saw and what you've seen in a couple of events that you've been to, the scrimmage and everything. What are
Mhm.
what are some of your concerns for this team? If you had to say, "Hey, Russ, man, like, this is something to watch out for, bro. Like, this could put us in a kind of dangerous situation," or what are some of your concerns going through this season right now?
Um, wow, that's a good question, Russ. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I got three things in mind. Two of them, again, we saw them last night, and we probably saw all three of them last night. Number one, again, when you're watching the scrimmage games, they're not really getting into it like they would for an actual game,
Right.
right? So turnovers is very huge to me.
Mhm.
Which again, it's an easy fix. Uh, the ability to box out, and grab rebounds with all of the big men in the front court that we have
Right.
should not be an issue at all.
Agreed. Agreed.
I truly, I'm big on that part. Like I'm like, wait a
Right.
minute, we got all of these bigs and we're not boxing out, we're not rebounding, we're not doing anything to get
Right.
these rebounds and get up the court. Um, And I'll tell you right after this. But my last thing that I would say is shot selection.
Okay.
I think that the team, once the team actually settles and they figure out where their players are going to be in regards to on the court, i.e. Jaren Stevenson, knowing that Jonathan Powell is right there and you throw the ball away, once they figured those little things like that out. And I even said it last night on your stream or whatever. I said, listen, when you can cut down on the turnovers and you can rebound more, it's going to create less fouls and it's
Right.
going to give you more opportunities on the offensive end.
Right.
So, I mean, those three things right there, like really, that I wouldn't say that they're a concern because of the fact that they're such an easy fix. But
Mhm.
again, I mean, when you bring Luka in, then things are gonna be very, very different. And we just gotta wait and see. But this game right here is, I mean, this game right here is a telltale sign of what this team is gonna be. And if you ask me, I do believe just that one play where JP threw the ball to Seth for that lob, for that dunk,
Yeah.
that's the style of UNC basketball that we're going to see all season long.
And that made
Yeah,
that makes me smile, bro. That
yeah,
makes me smile because that's patented Carolina basketball, right?
yep.
That's patented Carolina basketball, man. I mean, we went,
Transition.
yeah, transition basketball, bro. Getting to the primary, secondary break, 2-on-1, 3-on-2s, man, throwing oops. We have the most athletic dude on the floor, and then, we got Danny Green dunking on Greg Paulus like what's in your background, man. So that's
Right.
we need to see more of that. We need to see more of that, man. And so just hearing that that's something that we could look forward to as fans, man, is super exciting, dude. It's super exciting because I think it's to a certain extent. I wouldn't say that the I wouldn't say that the team lacked athleticism last year, but it wasn't a above the rim team. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like your typical above the rim Carolina team. And I
Right.
think that to a certain extent we've kind of, moved ever so slightly back to that. We can play above the rim. We got some guys that can go up there and get it. Um and that's going to be fun to see, especially those guys out in transition, man. Like I said, if you get Seth out there and you're on a 2-on-1, you might as well go ahead and step out of bounds and get ready to take it out, bro, because you're not jumping with him. And he will put you on a poster. That's why I'm waiting for him to put somebody on a poster.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so yeah, man, that's exciting. Yeah, me personally, two of the biggest concerns, and you kind of alluded to them, was one, the ability to rebound, right? I think we talked about it a little bit already, but just guys. I think we were actually talking off air. Guys watching the ball off the rim, big guys, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to finding a body, right? Ball goes up, man. We were always taught, and I was a point guard, so most of the time I was hanging back watching all the big guys in there banging and everything. But you find a body, man. You get out there, box out, and you make sure that you create the position so you can secure the board. And I saw a lot, you know, of guys that were kind of just watching the ball off the rim, and even some of the bigger guys, like even Basar a couple of times, just kind of taking advantage of his height and using that length and everything, as opposed to just going ahead and putting a body on somebody and being able to secure the board. So I want to see that cleaned up. Like you said, that's an easy fix, bro. That's something you can work on in practice. And secondly, um, just one of my concerns on the outset right now is I don't know that Vasar is the type of guy that can just bang down low, right?
Right.
Like you feed him in the post, man, he just backs you down under the stinking bucket. Now, if he gets good position off the jump and you can feed him down there, obviously good luck. He's 7 foot. He don't even got to jump to dunk on you. But can he back you down to the stinking bucket? I don't know yet. Maybe against some people. Um, but maybe that's just one of my concerns right there, is just a true guy that can kind of just back you down, to where he puts you under the stinking bucket. I don't know if Vasar is that guy. However, I don't even know that
Mhm.
that's going to be something that Carolina has to go to all the time because they have so many options, you know. But it's just kind of one of the things that I think that I observed a little bit was just just guys not getting good position down there. And then, I think Vasar had a turnaround one time that was no good. but not really actually backing anybody down. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so that was 2 of them. And the third one I talked about in my little preview video is, and I think that maybe we got an answer to a certain extent, but it's just who's going to back up Cayenne. Because we saw off the jump, bro. Cayenne, hey, Evans had 2 fouls, dude, before the first TV timeout.
Yep.
So he had to ride the pound for the rest of the first half. In comes Derek Dixon, and I thought he showed some flashes. At least the ability to run the offense. Get the ball where it needed to go. So I'm guessing Derek is going to be kind of like that backup 2 or a backup 1. I don't know. Seth might come up and bring the ball up too, just because he's a senior and you trust him with the basketball. But that was the depth at that position, and even whether Evans can get up and down the floor and kind of push the pace, like a typical point guard, a Carolina point guard anyway, man. So those are just some of the things that were kind of concerns for me. I think that I've gotten a couple of answers. I think more so the question is how can HD coach this up to where, um, you know, any concerns that we may have are kind of minimized. And so, that's just kind of my food for thought on the concerns, man. What are some of the things that you liked, bro? What'd you see, man, that got you hype?
You said what now?
What's some things that got you hype, man? Like, we talk about concerns and everything.
Yeah.
What are the things, man? It's like, hey, man, this is gonna be a fun season, bro. It's gonna be a fun season.
So I'll say this real quick before I get into what got me so hyped is when you mentioned Cayenne Evans, number one, there's one big thing that I did notice about Cayenne yesterday. He made that first basket in the game, and he was doing this.
Like talking?
Like he was doing this.
Yeah.
And I love that because that right there was the set. That's what set the tone for me. When I saw it, I mean, it was literally the first basket in the game, and they showed him and him going back up the court, and he was kind of doing this. Now, what he was talking about, it was kind of like one of them things like, this is gonna be like this all game. Like, this is what I'm gonna do all game, basically. And I love that. It set the tone for me. As far as Vazar, as far as him being like a back to the basket type of big, like what we're used to, like the Baycods and Kennedy Meeks and those guys or whatever, that's not him. Because I haven't seen it throughout the summer. I didn't see it in any of the scrimmage games. And again, I'm not saying that it's not there, but when you go back and you look at a lot of his highlights and and things like that, like because of the center and the big guy that he is, if you got the guys like Cayenne Evans, which I think him and Cayenne have built that chemistry, and I think it's going to do nothing but get better throughout the season. I don't know if he needs to be that back to the basket type big man. Just because of the fact, I mean, you got, even if he gets to the basket, you still got guys like Caleb Wilson that's going to be right there and that happened on a couple of plays to where he tipped the ball back in, or he had the strong putbacks or whatever the case may be. So I just thought that I would say that too, or whatever, because you had mentioned those two things about those two guys or whatever. As far as what I liked, I mean, when I'm looking at these numbers and I'm looking at these stats, right, we literally beat them in every category.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. Because they cut it off right here on the end. And I don't know if is right there at the top is BYU, because you probably got the same stats that I got, or stat sheet that I have. Is BYU on the top or is Carolina on the top? Where right there in the top left, where it's the 46% field goal, 42%.
So I'm looking at GoHills.com, and Carolina shot. Man, it's okay. Here we go. Man, dude, I'm trying to think of. Okay, Carolina shot for the game 45.9% from the field and 21.1% from three.
Okay, so the one that I'm looking at, it's Carolina's on the top, BYU is on the bottom. So
right, because BYU They shot 41.5% from the field and 20% from three. So,
Yeah,
we
that's what
even
I'm looking
outshot
at.
them at the free throw line.
Yeah. We beat them in every category.
Right,
46% versus 42% if you want to
right.
round it out. 21% from the three-point line versus 20%. 76% from the versus 73% from the free throw line. We out rebounded them, which is crazy to me, 40-38.
Yeah, that is
Now they
crazy.
beat us in offensive rebounds by 2. They
And
had
I
12
felt like that
steals.
discrepancy. I don't know why, bro. I felt like they got more offensive boards than they did. I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but I was even
It
surprised at the
Yeah,
second chance points, because I think they only had 12 for the game. And I was
right.
like, God, bro, it felt like more than that, man. But
Yeah. But again, we beat them in the turnovers. 19
right.
turnovers to 12. Like
Yeah.
that, we cannot. 19 turnovers is too many
Way
turnovers.
too
That
many.
is
Yeah.
way too many turnovers.
Way too many,
So,
man. Way too many.
but I mean, what I liked about on that side of things, I love, in that second half, Cayenne was 5-1 in assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get no better than that.
No 5 to
Like,
1. Nope.
yeah, don't get no better than that.
And that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, extremely good,
Mhm.
extremely good. I just don't get no better than that.
Right.
I love the fact of with Jaren Stevenson. Like he really was like the standout player to me yesterday, and mainly because of the fact throughout the summer and at the scrimmage games, and from my viewpoint, from what I've seen, we haven't had any standout highlights about Jaren Stevenson, about him shooting the three, getting to the basket, anything. We haven't seen no video footage or anything
Mhm.
posted on social medias or anything about Stevenson. And for him to come out and, I mean, he scored 9 points. He
Yep.
was what, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line.
Yep.
I mean, and
3 of
that
5
step
from the
back,
field.
yeah, that step back that he had. I mean, that was really good to see that
Yeah,
yesterday.
100%.
Yeah, so I just like the fact that this team is just well balanced in
Mhm.
every single aspect. And again, we losing by 2 points and didn't even have our best shooter on the floor.
Right.
I mean, it's nothing but positive.
Yeah.
I mean, we're very athletic. I do think that Dixon is going to be our backup one. I think he came in, he was, like you said, he was very poised.
Mhm.
I mean, he wasn't rushing things.
Right.
And he did not look like he was nervous because of the hype or
Right.
anything. Like,
Right.
and I mean, this team just seems like they're just like so mature. And
I think that's a
and
good way to put it.
I think that they just have a big chip on their shoulder,
Mhm.
and they're gonna prove to everybody. Like Caleb Wilson is the spokes guy for the team, basically saying, I don't like Duke, I don't like State, I
I
hate
love
Duke, I
that,
hate
bro.
State, I hate
God,
Wade.
I love that, bro.
Yeah, so it's like he's the spokesperson, and it's like, listen, Caleb, because Caleb is gonna be Caleb, but it's like everybody else don't know what this team is behind the scenes or whatever. And I think they got a big, huge taste of it last night to say Carolina is here and Carolina is back,
Yeah.
and teams should be fearful. Listen. You can rest assured, people like Will Wade was watching that last night.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can rest assured of that. And I don't even want to get into him or anything like that, but you can rest assured he was watching that type of stuff last night and
Right.
watching this team. And a lot of people's thoughts are very different about Carolina today on
Right.
October 25th, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
So,
And they should
yeah.
be. Well, I mean, they shouldn't be because to a certain extent, I never understood what all the hate was about. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all shouldn't be in the top 25 and this team isn't very good. And it's just like, I don't understand where y'all are getting that from, man. Like it's kind of wild to me that so many people were kind of painting that light about Carolina. But like you said, man, the product that they put out on the floor yesterday, aside from the things that we got to clean up, offensive rebound, boxing out, offensive rebounds, cleaning up the turnovers. Um, I felt like there were large portions of the game, and I think you said the word, man, that really speaks to me about what I observed. There was a little bit of maturity, man. They seem mature. Like even Derek Dixon coming out there as a freshman, man, and playing as smooth as he did, where he just didn't look like a deer in the headlights. As a freshman combo guard coming in,
Yeah.
he just like you said, he seemed poised. He seemed poised enough to hold down that position, at least in game one, and be productive in instances where, unfortunately Evans picked up two quick fouls and had to go to the bench. And it isn't like Evans went to the bench and then BYU was able to just walk away from us because we couldn't get him back on the floor. Um, you know, he held it down. And the
Yeah.
game was tight for the most of the game. It was a good basketball game all the way through. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about that. Like I said, one of the things that I really like, man, was just the ball movement and just running sets, man, because a lot of us got real tired of that, that ISO kind of ball that we ran last year with Ian and sometimes RJ and everything. And I understand because of the lack of guys that we had down low, but that was frustrating, man. So we looked like Carolina basketball yesterday. We looked like Carolina basketball. So that's just like super pleasing to my eyes, man. And it gets me really excited. It gets me really excited for the season for sure, man, for sure. So,
You know what you tell people when they say, hey, that Carolina still don't look like a top 25 team after last night? You're right. They look like a top 15 team.
I
Even though
agree.
we still got things that we need to clean up and
Right.
all of that and stuff, but they look like a top 15 team. So I
Right.
tell them straight up, you're right. We look like a top 15 team.
Yeah.
Like that's
And I
just what
think
it is.
I think that you hit it on the nail, man. I mean, look, keep sleeping if you want to, bro. That's fine with me. Keep sleeping if you want to.
I love it. I love
Um,
it.
because I think Carolina's, there will be a point where they do shut some people's mouths. I really do believe that, man. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be a really, really exciting season, man. So, looking ahead to what we got, man, we got about probably go for about 10, 15 more minutes, man. Looking ahead, Carolina's got one more game, Winston-Salem State, right? And I think they play them on the 29th. Another
Next
opportunity.
Wednesday. Next
Is it
Wednesday.
Wednesday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what that game is on? Is that gonna be televised ESPN Plus again, or is that kind of a you happen to
Uh
know?
I tell you what, because I can look at it right now. Give me 1 second. I think it is. Let's see.
I'm trying to think if it's gonna be televised or not. Um,
It
you know,
is.
while you're looking that up, um,
I don't see anything as far as it being on a network somewhere.
on the network, yeah, yeah,
They didn't. Yeah, I don't see it nowhere on that or whatever. So,
okay, yeah.
yeah,
What if for whatever reason, that game is televised? Obviously, I think it's this Wednesday. Um, yeah, we'll probably do a preview or something like that, man. But um, that'll be Carolina's last opportunity, obviously, before they take on Central Arkansas in the opener, and then
yeah.
from there, man, it's Central Arkansas, and then it is right into stinking Kansas, bro. And we're talking about Kansas, Louisville. Louisville didn't look, too sharp per se. Obviously, first game and everything, but Kansas looked pretty good, man.
They
So
did.
that's gonna be a really early test for Carolina, man. And bro, that place should be, bro. The Dean Dome should be rocking for that game.
Yeah,
Second game of the season, man.
yeah,
Carolina, Kansas, bro. That game should be lit, man. I'm super excited about that one, man. For real.
yeah.
I'm
I wish
super
you could come
excited.
up, man. I
I
wish you
know.
could be here.
I know, man. Are you going to the Kansas game?
I'm actually right now that is yes in the plan.
Is in the
Just
plans?
only because as well. I'm also don't know for sure just yet. I'm just figuring out a few more things, but we're
Right.
actually supposed to be doing a live episode over at 140 Social where
Okay.
Chris and them do the Tar Pit
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
podcast. So we're supposed to be doing a live show. I can't say who my new host is just yet because
Okay.
I do have a new host coming on the show with me.
Right.
some royalties, some alumni or whatever that's going to be joining me as a new host. But
Yeah.
trying to get some, we gonna bring on some special guests and
Cool, man.
preview the game that day and all of that and stuff. And you can't do a show and then not to go to the game, right? So
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, man. That's definitely
yeah.
good, bro.
So
Yeah, I'm
working out.
excited for you, man. I'm excited for you, bro. I got my guy Ryan. Ryan, he still may be in the chat. Ryan, hey, listen, y'all stay on Ryan Ivy all season, man, because Ryan Ivy told me last year that he was going to take your boy to the Carolina Duke game in Chapel Hill.
Oh,
So everybody, we got to hold Ryan's feet to the fire, man. Shout out to my man Ryan Ivy. I'm still
big shout
waiting
out.
for the go ahead, man, so I can get my ticket down there, big guy.
Oh, there we go.
So
There we go, right there. I
so
listen. I'm a witness, Ryan. So I
yeah,
mean, listen, got to get Russ
exactly.
there. We got to get him there for sure, for
So
sure.
yeah, that's cool, man. I would love, gosh, bro, I'd love to see Carolina play Kansas, man. It's just it's one of those things, bro, where you love to see the Blue Bloods get together, man. And any opportunity for you to be in that house, while two programs like that are on the same floor, especially in not even a neutral site, man, like a home, like at Carolina, man, dude,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
that's gonna
I
be
think this
fun,
is
bro.
the
I'm
year
excited
we
for you.
beat them, though. I do think this is the year we're gonna come out and beat them this time. I mean,
Yeah,
we can't keep going on losing to Kansas like we've been
right.
like. I mean, what are we on a losing streak with them right now? Like,
And they
what
kind of
is
got our
going
number
on?
right
Yeah,
now. Yeah,
like, and I don't think that's going. I think it's gonna be a different story this year. I think it's gonna
yeah,
be a
yeah,
different story this year.
yeah.
So, but now I gotta ask you. I gotta ask you this question. As a matter of fact, I got two questions for you because I
What's up,
think
big?
I've asked you this before.
Okay.
I know I've asked you. As a matter of fact, I've asked you both of these. So now that we have seen this team, and knowing the things that we got to work on, things that we got to fix, stuff like that. Number one, how many games do you see us winning this year? And number two, who's like your X factor player?
So I don't see any reason why we can't win 25 plus. And I'm talking about before we get to the tournament. You know,
Mhm.
um, I think this is it's a 25 plus win team, especially with the schedule that we have. If we handle business like we should, and we're as competitive in the ACC like I believe that we should be, um, I think this is it's a 25 plus win team before
Yeah.
we get to the tourney. And I mean, based off of what I saw yesterday, because me and you talked about Jaden Young and everything like that, and he's gonna have some time, a little bit more time to kind of work himself in, man, and see how he can contribute. Um, Let me actually pull up them stats real quick again. I had them up, and see real quick. What did Jaden do, man?
So Jaden had no points. He was 0 for 1 from the floor, 0 for 1 for
From
3, 1
three. Yep.
rebound, 2 assists, played 8 minutes.
Right. So we talked about Jaden Young. It may be one of those things where he's just gonna kind of work himself in, um, and see how he kind of fits in and everything. You know, when we talk about X Factor and everything like that, I got to go away from the guys that, like the Henry Vasars and the Kayla Wilsons and even a Seth Trimble. Seth Trimble was the second leading scorer. I don't think that that's necessarily going to be I don't think that's an offset, man. I think Seth is going to put the ball in the bucket, you know, uh, often this year. I kind of anticipate him being the second or third leading scorer on the team.
Yeah.
Um, I think Caleb Wilson's going to hoop. Henry's going to have his thing. It may be a guy like Jaron Stevenson, but when we talk about X factor, man, it may be a guy that is coming off the bench and really has to give you some productive minutes. So after just one game, man, I'm kind of like looking at Derek Dixon, you
Mm,
know, and I'm wondering, man, like, when he comes in, because he looked smooth yesterday, man.
yeah.
He looks smooth to me. And if he can be productive, when Cayenne needs a breather or he's off the floor due to foul trouble and stuff like that, man, that to me could really elevate this team, man, when there's no drop off from the starting point guard to the guy that's coming in and running the offense, man. So after one game, I'm looking at Derek Dixon right now, and I'm wondering if he couldn't be some type of X factor, man. He went 2 of 5, 1 of 3 from 3, finished with 7 points in his first game in 16 minutes. So not a bad outing. He did have 3 turnovers to only 1 assist. Something you got to clean up, but he's a freshman,
Yeah.
He'll work on it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So okay. Listen, I wish the only thing I wish Jaren Stevenson had in him, and if he had if he had one of those like that Caleb Wilson like athleticism that's just physically just strong and just pushing people out of the way, just that type of dog in him, this would be a even better team. But
Right.
I mean, listen, I like what Stevenson has brung to the table, and I mean, we're definitely going to need him just because of the fact right now everybody is still kind of iffy about the 5 spot. Who's going to be the backup 5?
Right.
Is it going to be Zayden High? Is it going to be James Brown? Well, I'm here because you know me, Russ, and I tell people all the time I have no problem jumping off the ledge by myself if I have to.
Right.
But I really want to see, and I was like this with Jonathan Powell when we picked him up. And, because I was looking at numbers and stuff like that and everything or whatever. But of course, I mean, that's just what we do, right? So looking at the numbers, it's not going to show it and tell a whole lot. But I would love to see what Matt Lakovich, what his game is like.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love that because 7'2", and I mean, he's bigger than Vazar.
Right.
But what happens if Matt Lakovich comes into the game? Next thing you know, he gives us 9 points, 3 blocks, 6 rebounds or something like that. Like now, that changes the dynamic of things.
And that'd be wild, man.
7'2" is, you can't argue 7'2". You just can't. But who's to say that he don't have a game to him? And again, those numbers at High Point don't say that, but maybe this is a little bit different or whatever the case may be. Now, it's yet to be seen. Don't know what's going to happen because, I mean, but they have plenty of time if they want to play him with all of these games like Central Arkansas and Navy and, all of that to figure out, okay, these are the guys I'm going with. I hate Isaiah Dennis didn't get any playing time yesterday. But in my eyes, and I'll say this, don't be surprised if he red shirts. Do not be surprised if he red shirts. And I think he's cool with that if he does do it. So
yeah. I mean, it's a deep team, you know what I'm saying? And based off of what we saw yesterday, that's definitely a possibility. I'd love to see Matt Lakovich get in the game with Vasar, dude, against Central Arkansas and have 2 7-footers, down there on the blocks, man. That'd be fun to see just right there, bro. Because not that the game is the same, but I remember Brendan Haywood and Chris Lang, like just being enforcers down there, bro, at 6'11" and 7 foot, man. So that it's good. It's good to be big, man. I'm a little man, bro. But my team, it's good to be big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
sure.
I'm really excited, bro, that we got some big, tall, long, stinking dudes down there, man. That can just, hands up, bro. Hands up, man.
I mean, just take up a lot of space in the
paint. A lot
of
space, man. I want to see them both on the floor. If coach, seriously, man, if you just happen to, or anybody that wants to talk to HD, man, please do that for us. Get both 7-footers on the floor for Tar Heel Nation, man. I just want to see what it looks like, bro.
I do too. I'm with you. I just want to see Matt Lakovich on the floor.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on that. I would love to see 2 7-footers on the floor just to see what it is. Because that might be something that HD might be like, oh, listen, we gotta go with this. And do not be surprised if we don't see it just because of the fact that it's like You put 2 7-footers in there, bro. You getting rebounds,
Right.
period.
100%.
So, yeah.
100%, man. 100
So,
stinking percent, bro.
yeah.
100%, man.
I'm
So
excited.
yeah, me too, bro. I think it's going to be a really exciting season, man. And I think Tar Heel Nation's got a lot to be excited about. You know, for anybody that wants to kind of like be a Debbie Downer, you know, I heard a whole bunch of, man, I've had so many people, man, $14 million, man. And, you know, Tar Heel Nation is celebrating the 2-point loss. And listen, man, y'all know your boy. Okay. I'm gonna call it how I see it. I'm not saying I'm always thinking right. That's not what I'm saying. But you know, I'm not one to sugarcoat things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one that's gonna come up here and just you know, your boy's not a media guy, okay? I'm a passionate fan.
You're not gonna keep it PC.
Right, man. So if somebody's bugging, man, I'm a call it out, man. Out of love. You know what I'm saying? Out of love and respect and admiration for the program and everything. But you know, anybody that's trying to tell you that, you know, after one game and exhibition loss and everything, you know, the ceiling is falling. Hey, man, listen, push those people to the side, man. Don't take them serious. Your credibility is out the stinking window.
Yep.
You come talk to me in about 2 months, man, and then we'll kind of revisit things and I will gladly accept your apology. So,
right.
You know, that's how I feel about it, man. So, hey, Lenzell, man, I really appreciate you coming on to the show, bro. This will not be the last time that we're on here together, man, either on my channel or your channel. You know, one more time, guys, if you haven't already, man, go check out 94 Feet of UNC. Lenzell is a great stinking guy. And like I said, my guy is connected, man. He's in there, bro. He's in there. I'm way out here. He's in there, man. He's stinking in there, bro. Big time. Big time Lenzell, bro. So any final thoughts, brother?
Yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate it, man. Of course, you already know, you like my as I always, like I tell Riley and everybody else, you like my brother of another color, which is all
man.
good. It's all love for sure. You know,
Yes,
of course, I appreciate you definitely for having me on and everything, man. And you already know how we do this thing, man, in this content space. And we got those big Duke episodes coming up. You know how those go.
I can't wait for that.
It's gonna be very different this year, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, man, just it's all love, man. And of course, again, I appreciate you for having me. And like I tell everybody or whatever, like, follow me on my socials at 94 Feet of UNC. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at 94 Feet of UNC. Got a lot of great interviews over there. Danny Green, Phil Ford, Rayshawn Terry, David Noels, and the list just goes on and on. Some George Lynch's is on there. Some Derek Phelps is on there. Isaac Shade, of course, my guy Russ is on there for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so but listen, it's a good season. It's always a great day to be a Tar Heel, and go Heels,
100%.
man, for sure.
100%, brother. Go Heels, man. So I appreciate you, Lenzell, man. Hey, if you haven't already, man, like, share, subscribe to the Tar Heel Huddle. Then I want you to get off of here, and I want you to like, share, and subscribe to 94 Feet of UNC, man. Go show my guys some love, man. Tar Heels we gotta be there for one another, man. And you can never really get enough content, man, especially people that are passionate about Carolina basketball in this case, man. And hey, man, much love, brother. And I look forward to having you on in the future, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
I appreciate you, my guy.
All right, big dog.
All right.
All right, later, man.
Peace.